Today we're talking about something that if you grew up in Darwin feels completely normal. And if you didn't, it probably sounds insane. We're talking about Cracker Night, otherwise known as Territory Day, and why Darwin, my hometown, absolutely loses its mind one day, once a year. So let's jump into it. All right, so what is Territory Day? It marks when the Northern Territory gained self-governance back in 1978, which is not too far. Well, it's a bit far. But essentially, no one really calls it Territory Day. Growing up, it was always just Cracker Night. One night a year where the public could legally buy fireworks or crackers and set them off. The only place in Australia that lets that happen, I think. And yes, it is as chaotic as it sounds. Holy shit. I'm getting more memories now. I look up in the distance like, I've been burned, my thumb, my eyes, ah! Now, why does it have the reputation that it does? If you've never seen it before, imagine this. Suburban streets, backyards, beaches, all lighting up at the same time. It's smoke everywhere, shit going off, bouncing off cars, bada bing, bada boom, holy shit. Everyone not only just accepts it, but generally loves it. Now, for Darwin locals, this is just normal. All right, the dangers. Who could predict there were dangers with blowing shit up? 100%, to be fair, it is dangerous. You've got burns, fires, fireworks tipping over, people standing way too close than they should, and there's always that one firework that doesn't go off. Now, there is a golden rule here. If the firework doesn't go off, you leave it the fuck alone. Or you blow it up with other fireworks. So there's two golden rules there. And on the flip side, to be completely fair, again, it is a nightmare for the local fire service. If you're a responsible pet owner, generally it's fine. Moving on. The rules of Cracker Night. So there are rules. Fireworks are only legal on Territory Day. Only for certain hours and only from approved sellers. Safety instructions do exist. You can only purchase, say, from 11 to 5:30 and only allowed to set them off from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. at night. Funnily enough, the places where you would buy them varied wildly. Some would be set up in abandoned stores on the side of the highway, or what would be a Darwin highway. Other ones would be in Chinese food stores, named Happy Foodland, for instance. And someone would be under a tent selling them. But it would all be approved, right? The myths and the legends. We're going a bit into folklore mode, and this is where I get to share a few of my combat stories from Firecracker Night. Some places were rumored to have better fireworks than others. There were rumors going around that people would blow up letterboxes. There were rumors going around that concrete drains were lifted off the top. These were rumors, or mind you, greatly exaggerated. People would blow up wine bottles and all kinds of craziness that I had absolutely nothing to do with whatsoever. But again, this is all hearsay and this is all the folklore that we grew up with. In reality, fireworks are strictly regulated and sellers were doing the right thing. But again, the rumors were legendary. Now moving on to my story. This included backyards, beaches, fire pits, standing way too close, thinking we knew what we were doing when we clearly did not. I have a very specific memory, which I guess ignited my love, my relationship with Cracker Night. When I was quite young, I vividly remember going out to one of my parents' friends that had a block, which is a large acreage out essentially in the bush, further away from the main city of Darwin. When we got there this time though, I remember looking over and they had a skip bin, I shit you not, a skip bin half full with fireworks they had purchased. Now, moving on to the next story, and this is one of my favorite. This is probably the key firecracker moment, right? So myself and my very good friend George, if you're watching this, mad shout out. We saved up, and I think we spent about $400, $500 between us, which is a lot when you're 18 years old, right? But we saved up for it, and we both bought like a bag of fireworks, which is like a red bag. His was green, and it had a little handle on it. But also, with these fireworks, you'd get like the Maiden, and it would be like a copyrighted photo of the Iron Maiden symbol on it, or anything like that. And these were like this. These were fucking like 100-shot bad motherfuckers. We went with his family, which is a large Greek family, to various locations, and it was probably one of my best memories in Darwin, where we would go to one place and, you know, we'd start setting it up, and then someone would throw, like, they'll call these little bumblebees with like a little, and then someone would throw a bumblebee at someone's feet and they'd shit themselves, and completely innocent. That reminds me of this other brand, which is like Thunderstruck or Thunder Candles or something, which you get them for $10. They were essentially the Australian version of Roman candles. $10, a box of 10, I think. Fucking shoot straight up, bang. People are having a few drinks, everyone's getting a bit rowdy. And I remember this specifically was like, you start to get a bit more adventurous with your crackers, right? You line them all up, you put all the wicks so that you light one, they all light together. And then that would slowly get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you go from 2, 3, 5, 10, and get them all together. And I remember specifically one of the guys came over, tried to light it, stumbled forward, knocked it, and it was like a domino effect, and all of them just went da-da-da-da-da-da, but they were lit. And I'll never forget absolutely going, oh shit, and just going like, oh, we gotta fuck it, and then running, and then just, it was like something out of an action movie, you know, like shit exploding and people ducking, and like you'd fucking see the outlines of someone like jumping. And I should have prefaced this by, it was in the middle of it, like a cricket oval, so there were no trees, it was just in the center, and we were running, and I remember specifically jumping over like a wooden fence and looking down, and a fucking purple firecracker just went underneath. No one got hurt. That just gives you an example of the fucking mayhem that is Cracker Night in the NT. I love it. Walking around the streets completely legal with a bag of fireworks. It would have been, to anyone not native to Darwin, it would have been the strangest sight to see anyone, all ages, 18 to like, I remember like old grandpas were getting into it. It's just something you did in Darwin. We're not saying it was safe, but if you grew up in Darwin, you get it. And if you didn't, I guess now you know. If you're from the NT, drop your wildest Cracker Night story in the comments below. If not, did this story stress you out? Have you ever heard anything like this before? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess we'll see you at the next one. Cheers, guys.